Welcome back, guys, to the Andrei Delic Podcast. I'm your host, Andrei Delic. Today, guys, I'm going to be alone. It's going to be an entire episode just for football, European football, the greatest sport on planet fucking Earth. So, guys, today I'm going to be reacting, how many, 30 takes I have? 30 commentaries to do to the biggest, fucking craziest takes regarding football made in this world. I have some really fucking ludicrous takes. So, of course, you guys want my expert opinion on these takes. So, let's fucking start off with 442, the big football magazine in Europe. Before 433, 442 was the biggest football journal in the world. And they recently named their top 10 greatest African footballers of all time. Now, this is only for players who are born in Africa and who played for African national teams. Not for players who are from African origins, like Kylian Mbappe, like Zinedine Zidane, or like N'Golo Kante, or like all these other players. So it's for African-born players who played for their African national team. So I'm going to say their list, their top 10 list, and then I'm going to give my commentary. So they have Mohamed Salah at first, George Weah at second, Samuel Eto'o at third, Didier Drogba at fourth, Yaya Toure at fifth, Sadio Mane at sixth, Riyad Mahrez at seventh, Abedi Pelé at eighth, Michael Essien at 9, and JJ Okocha at 10. So guys, if we're being honest, Mohamed Salah is not the greatest African footballer of all time. He's really good. He is top 10 of all time. I'm not taking that away from him. He is top 10 of all time. But he's not first. That's crazy. So, in my opinion, first is Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure, in my opinion, they put him fifth, but Yaya Toure, in my opinion, is the greatest African player of all time. And he's the second greatest defensive midfielder of all time after the king of that position, Sergio fucking Busquets. That's why, in my opinion, Yaya Toure is first. Second, personally, I would put Samuel Eto'o. I know there's always been a big debate between Eto'o and Drogba. In my opinion, Eto'o is better because he's more technical than what Drogba was. Although Drogba was an amazing number 9. It's truly phenomenal number 9. Really, really strong, really, really fast, decisive, finishing on point, everything. Really good on every aspect on the pitch. But I still feel like Eto'o is a little level above Didier Drogba. And if I can also come back to number 1, Toure, he's one of the most underrated football players of all time, Toure. I'm not going to lie. Some people don't even rank him as one of the greatest midfielders of all time, which is fucking crazy. One of the main reasons why is because he's black. And one other reason is because he's African. Let's not lie, racism does exist. There are people who don't like certain players just because of their skin color, or that they don't rate them properly just because of their skin color. That's a fact. Let's not lie, that's a fact. So just because the fact that Yaya Toure is black and the fact that he's African, that doesn't help him. That's true. But he's one of the greatest. He is the greatest African player of all time, one of the greatest midfielders of all time, and in my opinion, the second greatest defensive midfielder of all time. That's who Yaya Toure was. And he never won Premier League Player of the Year, which is fucking crazy. I don't know how they let that slide. But the season 2014-2015, where he scored 20 goals as a defensive midfielder in the Premier League, he scored 20 fucking goals. Do you know how many goals that fucking is? That's a lot of fucking goals. For a striker, that's really fucking good. 20 goals in the Premier League for 38 games. For a striker, that's a good striker. For a defensive midfielder, that's fucking outrageous. For a defensive midfielder to score 20 goals in a 38-game season long season, that's fucking crazy, man. Do you understand how fucking crazy that is? He did it. And not only did he score 20 goals, he had 15 assists, and he played fucking crazy. He was the best player for Man City. He was the best player in the Premier League that season, and one of the greatest players on planet Earth for that season, 2014-2015. He was fucking crazy, man. Let's keep it honest. So I don't understand how they never gave Yaya Toure to be the greatest, to win the best player for one season in 2014, 2015. I don't understand. I think it's a little bit because of racism, because he's black and because he's African. That didn't help him, but it is what it is. But if I get back to this list, Yaya Toure at first. Like I said, Samuel Eto'o at second. At third, I'm putting Didier Drogba. Drogba is an amazing player. Like I said, if Eto'o is here, Drogba is right here. They're really, really fucking close, in my opinion. But I still feel like Eto'o is a little level above. So Drogba, I have him at third. At fourth, personally, I have Sadio Mane. An amazing player. For me, Sadio Mane was always better than Mohamed Salah. He was always a better player, in my opinion, more technical. As fast as Mohamed Salah was, as physically strong as Mohamed Salah was. But I feel like Sadio Mane had better dribbles and was more technical than what Mohamed Salah was. Maybe Mohamed Salah was probably better at scoring goals. He had a better finishing. But as a creative winger, Sadio Mane is above Mohamed Salah. Like, they're different styles. Sadio Mane was also really, really fucking quick on the wing, but he was also a really, really good creative player. Mohamed Salah was more of a runner and a scorer. He runs really fucking fast. He's good at dribbling. He has good dribbling. Not amazing, in my opinion. He has really good dribbling, but not like phenomenal dribbling like Neymar or like Messi or even like or like Sadio Mane, in my opinion. But he still has really good dribbling, Mohamed Salah. Let's not lie. But he's more of a really fast runner, and his finishing and his cut inside finishing is really, really good. That's what I feel like he mastered. The running fast, cutting inside, and finishing. He mastered that, Mohamed Salah, just as much as Arjen Robben mastered it and many other players. So I have Sadio Mane at fourth. At fifth, I'm going to put fucking Mohamed Salah. I'm going to put Mohamed Salah at fifth. At sixth, I'm going to put Abedi Pelé. Seventh, I'm going to put JJ Okocha. Eighth, I'm going to put Riyad Mahrez. Ninth, I'm gonna put Michael Essien. And 10th, I'm gonna put, bro, I don't even know who fucking else to put, man. I'm gonna put fucking Koulibaly, who gives a fuck? It's 10th. I'm gonna put George Weah. Yeah, George Weah. George Weah is probably above Salah, so George Weah at 5th. Yeah, no. George Weah at 6th, because Sadio Mane is at 5th. Mohamed Salah at 7th. At 8, Abedi Pelé. At 9, JJ Okocha. And at 10, Riyad Mahrez. So someone on Twitter said, Ronaldo's career will probably age a lot better than most, if not all legends of the game. When you talk about the word legacy, there's no one who leaves a better legacy than him. No one. The celebration, the goals, play style, and the authenticity in his brand. True great of the game. I'm like 70-30 on this quote. I agree 70% and 30% I disagree. Where I agree is the way he will age and his longevity and the way his career will end will be better than almost all players on planet Earth. Ronaldo is one of the greatest fucking players of all time. Like, let's not fucking, like, as much as I hate on him, he's one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and his career is going to be one of the greatest careers of all time. But he's never going to be like Lionel Messi. Not his career, not his playing style, not his celebration, not his brand, not his authenticity, not anything. Nothing will ever compare to Lionel Messi when it comes from Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, Ronaldo will always be taller than him. Maybe that's something he does better than Messi, being tall and shredded. But that's the only thing. Everything else, when it comes, because the guy said a lot better than most. That's true. He'll have a way better, his career will age way better than most legends. That's true. But not all legends, because he said maybe even all. It's not going to age better than Messi's career. Because if you look at Messi right now, he's 38. When Ronaldo was 38, two big differences. The way Messi's playing at 38 is 100 times better than how Ronaldo played at 38. How Messi is playing at 38 right now is 10 times better than Ronaldo in his prime when he was like 29, 30, 28. From 27 to 30, that was like all players' primes. Messi at 38 is better than Ronaldo at his prime, like 10 times better. So Messi, and when I'm saying that, I'm not saying that Ronaldo at his prime was disgusting. Ronaldo at his prime is like one of the greatest players of all time. But Messi, even now, I said Messi right now at 38, he's still the greatest player of all time, and he's still the greatest player on planet Earth. So Messi right now at 38 is 10 times better than Ronaldo in his prime, so Ronaldo at 28. And Messi at 38 is a million times better than Ronaldo when he was 38. So that's a fucking fact, guys. Like, let's not tiptoe over what I just said, because that's a fucking fact. The celebration, maybe Ronaldo's celebration is bigger and more iconic than Messi's celebration. That I can agree. Why? Who doesn't know his celebration? The fucking, like, everyone knows that fucking celebration. Maybe because his celebration is more like noisy, it's more flamboyant, and it's more fun to do than Messi's praise to God celebration or praise to his grandma celebration. Like, it's a funner celebration to do. And also Speed fucking made his celebration even bigger, the streamer Speed. And like it or not, I think maybe Ronaldo's celebration is more iconic than Messi's. And the main reason is because his celebration is more like flamboyant, it's more noisy, it's more out there, it's more in your face than Messi's celebration. Messi's celebration is more low-key and more humble. That's the only reason why. It's not because he's a bigger player or more famous. That's not it. The goals, he's going to score 1,000 goals. That's fucking crazy. But, I mean, if you take Messi's top 10 best goals and you take Ronaldo's top 10 best goals, it's not comparable. Messi eats him alive. Like, it's not even comparable. Like, let's not even go there because it's fucking miles ahead. Like, if you think about Ronaldo's greatest goal of all time, it's probably his bicycle kick against Juventus in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That's probably his greatest goal. It's a really beautiful goal. It's an amazing goal, an amazing bicycle kick. But Messi has at least 50 goals better than Ronaldo's best goal, which is that bicycle kick. That's a fact, guys. Come after me all you want. That's a fucking fact. Ronaldo has that bicycle kick. Messi has at least 50, and I'm being generous right now. He has at least 50 fucking goals, which are better and more spectacular than Ronaldo's bicycle kick goal against Juventus in the Champions League quarterfinals against Juventus. That's a fucking fact. So his goal, playing style. Like, let's forget about Ronaldo's playing style. He's a tap-in merchant. His playing style isn't the most beautiful, isn't the most eye candy, isn't the most visually pleasing to the eye. His playing style. But still, like it or not, his playing style, he scored so many fucking goals. Like it or not, as much as I can hate on his playing style, he's going to score 1,000 goals, man. That's fucking ludicrous. That's crazy. But hey, his playing style isn't the most iconic or whatever. Like, Neymar has a more iconic playing style than Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a fact. Like, I'm not saying Neymar is a bigger legend than Ronaldo. Never. Ronaldo's always going to end up being a bigger legend and having a better career than Neymar. Neymar will always be a better player than Ronaldo. Always. Like, the way Neymar can play, Ronaldo could never, ever do that. Not in a million years. He can never do it. But when it comes to who had a better career, who's a bigger legend, who's a bigger GOAT of the game, Ronaldo is above Neymar Jr. As you guys know, as much as I love Neymar, he's my second favorite player of all time. But still, Ronaldo's career, his longevity, his accomplishments, everything he did for a game, for the amount of years he did it for, it's just crazy. His longevity, I said it so many times, his longevity is fucking ludicrous. But Neymar is still a better player than what Ronaldo was. But Ronaldo's career is going to end up being a bigger career and a bigger status and a bigger legend of the game than what Neymar is. What else do you say? His playing style and authenticity in his brand. Like, the CR7 brand is fucking ludicrous. Like, he made underwear, and I see fucking people wearing his underwear. Like, his brand, the CR7 brand, is fucking crazy. He's the most followed guy on Instagram. I mean, that has nothing to do with football, but still, like, it's a crazy accomplishment to have. Like, he's more followed than Kim Kardashian, Donald Trump, The Rock, Kevin Hart, fucking Lionel Messi, you name it. He's the most followed guy on Instagram. I'm curious, how many Instagram followers does Cristiano Ronaldo have? I think he has like 600 million. Dude, that's fucking crazy, man. 666 million followers on Instagram for Cristiano Ronaldo. That's fucking crazy. 666 million Instagram followers. Bro, what the fuck, bro? 666 million followers. Holy. Yo, to have 6 million followers is fucking crazy. To have 66 million followers is fucking bonkers, is ludicrous. To have 100 million Instagram followers is fucking legendary, GOAT status. To have 600 million Instagram followers is fucking unheard of. To have 666 million Instagram followers like Cristiano Ronaldo has is fucking... There's no words to describe it. That's fucking crazy, man. Yo, what the actual fuck, man? That's insane, bro. If I'm being honest, that's insane, bro. Crazy. I'm curious. Who's the second most followed? Let me ChatGPT that shit. Who are the 10 most followed people on Instagram? Let's do top 10. Who are the top 10 most followed people on Instagram? Damn, okay, so first is Cristiano Ronaldo with 665 million followers. Second is Lionel Messi with 507 million followers. Yo, Ronaldo has 160 more than Lionel Messi. Crazy. Third is Selena Gomez. Really? Selena Gomez? That many people follow her? 417 million Instagram followers. Jesus Christ. Kylie Jenner is fourth with 392. She has more than Kim Kardashian. Damn. Fifth is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, with 391 million followers on Instagram. Ariana Grande is sixth with 373 million followers. Kim Kardashian is seventh with 350 more. So Kylie Jenner has around 40 more million Instagram followers than Kim Kardashian. I would have thought Kim Kardashian had the most out of the Kardashian / Jenner family, but hey, I guess it's Kylie Jenner. Beyonce is 8th with 309 million Instagram followers. Khloe Kardashian is 9th with 300 million. Khloe Kardashian has more Instagram followers than Justin Bieber. Yo, Khloe Kardashian. Who the fuck follows Khloe Kardashian? I ain't gonna lie. Like, Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner are hot as fuck. Like, they're really fucking hot. And even, if I might add, what's her name? Kendall Jenner. Like, those three are really hot. But Khloe Kardashian? Like, I don't want to hate on her, but broski, she's not that hot. Like, she's mid. If I'm being honest, she's mid. And 10th, we have Justin Bieber with 293 million followers. So out of the top 10, we have the first two are two soccer players. Of course, soccer, football being the biggest sport on planet Earth. Of course, I'm not surprised that Ronaldo and Messi have the most. Then it's a singer / actor, I guess. Selena Gomez. Kylie Jenner is like an influencer, makeup artist. Dwayne Johnson, wrestler and actor. Ariana Grande, singer. Kim Kardashian is an influencer / business person, lawyer, porn star. I mean, she is a porn star. Beyonce, singer. Khloe Kardashian, sister of Kim Kardashian, I guess. Justin Bieber, pop singer. Crazy, man. But really, Khloe Kardashian is the 9th most followed person on Instagram. Who the fuck follows Khloe Kardashian, man? Like, why the fuck would you follow Khloe Kardashian? Real shit. 300 million Instagram followers, man. That's crazy. Yo, that family got so fucking rich and so fucking famous, man. The Kardashian / Jenner family. And it's all thanks to Kim Kardashian. Let's not lie. She laid the foundation. She laid the base. Of course, Kylie Jenner went crazy. Khloe went crazy, everything. But yeah, she laid the base. I don't want to go too much into it. It's a soccer episode. So let me get back to my topics. Next topic. Someone said, oh my God, I already talked about this with Luca, but Luca was feeling, he was tired, so he just wanted to fucking leave. So I said, you know what? When I'll do an episode alone, then I'll talk about it. So someone said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say his name. I'm going to expose him because what he said was so fucking dumb. And like it or not, he wrote it on social media. So he put himself out there. And when you put yourself out there, you got to be ready for public criticism. When you put yourself in front of the public eye, you have to be ready for public criticism. Now, the reason why I was so specific when I said what I just said is because the people who will see this, they know who I'm talking about. But hey, so his name is Demetri Mitchell. He said, fucking crazy what he just said. He said, this might sound crazy. Yeah, fucking crazy. He said, this might sound crazy, but Messi isn't an amazing 1v1 dribbler. Broski, what the fuck do you mean he isn't an amazing 1v1 dribbler? Not only is he amazing at 1v1 dribbling, he's the greatest 1v1 dribbler of all fucking time. No one compares to Messi when it comes to 1v1 dribbling. Like, broski, do you even watch soccer? Do you even watch football? That's like his specialty is 1v1. What the fuck are you saying? That's like his fucking specialty, 1v1 dribbling. He then went on to say he dribbles through teams, but catch him out wide 1v1 against a Kyle Walker or Ashley Cole, and he's not scaring them. Bro, what the actual fuck? What do you mean he's not scaring them? Messi 1v1 against anyone will fucking destroy him in the simplest way possible. I think that's your problem, bro, because in your mind, if a dribble isn't simple, if a dribble isn't a 5-star skill, in your mind, that doesn't count as a 1v1 dribble. A 1v1 dribble is me against another guy. If I pass him, if I dribble past him, that's a 1v1 dribble that is accomplished. That's considered an accomplished 1v1 dribble. That's what it's fucking considered. I don't know if you watch football with your eyes. You probably don't even watch football, but it's a ludicrous take. And you said he dribbles through teams. You cannot dribble through a team. A team is made up of players. When someone says you dribble through a team, it means you dribble past a player. You dribble past players, multiple players. But if you want to dribble past multiple players, you have to go one at a time. One by one by one by one. That's how you dribble through a team. It's dribbling one player after another. One after the other. That means your 1v1 skills are not just amazing, they're fucking sensational. They're fucking phenomenal. And now talking about Lionel Messi, he's the greatest 1v1 dribbler of all time. He then went on to say, there's a difference between players that run through teams and players that run at players. No, there's actually not. There's no difference. Like, you try to cook something here, the cooking went off, you fucking burned the recipe, and you just make no sense. There's a difference between dribbling. There's a difference between players that run through teams and players that run at players. What the fuck do you mean? Like pause, explain. It makes no sense. If you run through teams, you cannot run through a team. A team is not a singular thing. A team is made up of many players, of 11 players. If you want to dribble past a team, like I said, you have to dribble past one player, and then another, and then another, and then another. So you 1v1 4 players inside of fucking 20 seconds. You know how much of a crazy 1v1 dribbler you have to be? Like, that's why I'm saying, broski, you're not making any sense in this tweet. I don't know how fucking Sport Bible retook your tweet, because it makes no fucking sense what you're trying to say. And then you said Ronaldinho was much more of a 1v1 specialist. Now that I'm reading this, now I understand what you mean. Ronaldo had more skills in his bag than Messi. Messi only catches you on your wrong foot and he goes in the opposite direction. But still, that's the best way to dribble. It's the simplest way and it's the most effective way. How Messi and Maradona dribbled. Ronaldinho can dribble the same. He can also catch you on your wrong foot and then go in the opposite direction. But Ronaldinho also, he could do it with flair. He could also entertain the crowd with skills, which Messi also could do. But doing that is actually not good on a soccer game 11v11 because you waste time and it's less effective on a pitch. Messi is all about efficiency on the pitch, being simple and being efficient. That's what Messi and Maradona are. Ronaldinho was the same, but Ronaldinho had the Brazilian inside of him to entertain the crowd like if it was a circus with putting the ball in the air, dribbling, juggling the ball, doing fucking samba on the pitch. That's his Brazilian side. But so what you mean is Ronaldinho had more skills like fucking scissors or whatever, but dribbling is simply running with the ball and passing a player. That's what dribbling is. And when it comes to dribbling, Messi, Maradona, and Ronaldinho, those three are the greatest dribblers of all time. But if I'm being honest, Messi is the greatest dribbler of all time. Broski, he just takes the ball, he runs at you, he just waits for you to make your first move, and he goes in the opposite direction. And every single time he'll catch you he'll always catch you on your wrong foot. Every single time. Why? Because he sees things 5 steps ahead. He sees where you will go before you know that you'll go there. That's how fucking Messi's mind is fucking crazy. That's how his mind works. He knows where you're going before your brain knows where you are going with your feet. He knows it before you do. That's the fucking magic of Lionel Messi. So this tweet from, what's his name? Demetri Mitchell is a fucking crazy tweet, man. Fucking delete that shit and pray to God that no one ever sees it. And pray to God that I, Delic the Menace on Twitter, never sees it. Next take is from United Trey. He said, hundreds of players have won the World Cup, but no one has 1,000 goals. That achievement will stand over everything. I agree 50-50. Why? No one has scored 1,000 goals. That's crazy. Hundreds of players have won the World Cup. Yes, and the reason why is because a team wins the World Cup. So first of all, already there you cannot compare both. Because a team wins the World Cup and an individual player scores goals and scores 1,000 goals. So already there you cannot bring up those two comparisons because it's two totally different things. One has to do with team performance and the other has to do with individual performance. So you cannot take team accomplishments and compare them with individual accomplishments. So already there, broski, you fucked up. So that's why there's more players with World Cups, because when one team wins a World Cup, 24 players have won the World Cup. Yeah, that's how it fucking works. So yes, but still scoring 1,000 goals is fucking ludicrous. But to say that achievement will stand over everything is fucking crazy. Winning 8 Ballon d'Ors is way, way crazier than scoring 1,000 goals. Being the greatest fucking player of all time, like Lionel fucking Messi, is crazier than having 1,000 goals. Winning 4 Champions Leagues, winning 8 Ballon d'Ors, winning 5 or 6 Golden Boots, winning everything that Messi won, Copa America twice, 1 World Cup, just being Messi on the pitch, having the abilities that Messi had on the pitch, that Messi still to this day has on the pitch, is 100 times bigger than Ronaldo scoring 1,000 goals. Even if Ronaldo scored 10,000 goals, having Messi's ability on the pitch is 100 times better than Ronaldo if he was to score 10,000 goals, if he was to score 100,000 goals, if he was to score a fucking million goals. Messi's ability on the pitch would still be a bigger asset and of bigger value than Ronaldo scoring 1,000,000 fucking goals, let alone 1,000 goals. That's the difference. It's not even comparable. So that's why this take from United Trey is fucking crazy, man. Joe Cole said on a podcast, or maybe it was on a talk show, he said, purely for skill, I'd go Ronaldinho in first place. There's nothing wrong there. I said it so many times. Ronaldinho is the most complete player of all time. He is by far the most complete football player that ever fucking existed. No one even comes close. He was perfect. Like literally perfect. His only imperfection was his mentality and his desire to party, to drink alcohol, and to party with women. That was his only imperfection that he had. But on the pitch, as a footballer, as a football player, he was perfect. Literally perfect. He had everything. But still, I said it so many times, the 3 greatest players of all time is Messi, Maradona, and Ronaldinho Gaúcho do Brasil. Those 3 players are the 3 fucking greatest players of all fucking time. That's a fact. No one comes close. Those 3 players. So I agree with what he said. I understand where he came from, but he should have said, purely for skill, I'd go Ronaldinho, Maradona, and Messi in first place. In my opinion, I don't know, man. I always put Messi first because that's who I watched the most. Maradona, I never watched Maradona play. I mean, I only watched highlights and his games, like already played. I never watched him live, but even though, I mean, all his games are recorded, you can watch all his games if you want. So, I mean, if you watch a game live or if you watch it 20 years after, it doesn't really matter. The game is recorded. You can always rewatch the game. It's all videotaped. But yes, I agree with what he said because Ronaldinho is top 3 of all time, man. But like I said, I put Messi first just because that's my idol, man. That's a guy I grew up idolizing. Ruud Gullit, who is a Holland Dutch legend, an amazing player. Ruud Gullit, one of the greatest players of all time from Europe. He said, before we start the analysis, I want to praise a player on the other side, far from Europe, and that is Leo Messi. European studios no longer analyze his matches and what he does with Barcelona and Paris. And I personally found it difficult to analyze that player, and what he does makes your mind stop. Facts, man. What he does even now in America, like I said, he's still the greatest fucking player on planet Earth, Lionel Messi, man. No one even comes close to him. And then he went on to say, but what he is doing in America now is no less important than what he did in Europe before. I agree. The way Messi is playing right now at 38, he's still the greatest fucking player, man. The hat-trick he just scored against, I'm not fucking sure which team in the MLS. Who gives a fuck which team? The hat-trick he scored just proves that he's still the greatest player on planet Earth, Lionel Andres Messi. Ruud Gullit went on to say, he still has the same spirit, desire, magic, and giving. That's true. If you watch Messi play in the MLS, he didn't go there to retire. He didn't go there just to fuck around. He still has that hunger. He still has that fire inside of him to win, to conquer, to dominate, and to fucking run through players, to be the best dribbler on planet Earth, and to be the greatest 1v1 player of all time. But he still has that fire and that desire to win, to conquer, and to demolish other teams, to be like a fucking lion on the pitch. He still has that desire, Leo Messi, even in the MLS. And he went on to say, Ruud Gullit, when I wake up, I find footage of the matches he played. I find miraculous goals that I do not see in Europe now in any league. And I say to myself, did Messi make a mistake when he left Europe? So guys, when I say it, of course, you're not going to take my word for it because I'm not Ruud Gullit. But this is Ruud Gullit, one of the biggest legends of the game. And if he can say it, it's because it's fucking true. What Messi is currently doing right now, no player can do it in Europe. Lamine Yamal can't do it. Cole Palmer can't do it. Vini can't do it. Mbappe can't do it. Bellingham can't do it. Haaland definitely cannot do it. I don't fucking care. What Messi can still do right now on the pitch, no other player can do the same as what Messi can do currently right now on the pitch. It's fucking crazy what Lionel Messi can do on the pitch right now at 38, 2025, the year 2025. No one in Europe right now can fucking do what he does. I don't fucking care. That's a fucking fact. That's just crazy, man. And then he went on to say, did Messi make a mistake when he left Europe? He's older. I think he already accomplished everything he had to accomplish in Europe. He already proved everything he had to do. Messi literally completed football. Maradona and Ronaldinho are as good as Messi is as a player when it comes to footballing abilities. But neither Maradona nor Ronaldinho completed football just as much as Messi did. Messi literally fucking completed football from A to Z, then Z to A, and then A to B, and then B to C, and then C to A, and then A to Z again. He literally fucking completed football 120%, man. Crazy, man. And then it said, did he make a mistake leaving Europe? Maybe not. I mean, he's now in Miami enjoying time in America, in Miami with his family. His sons are going to grow up in America, which is a really beautiful country. They're going to learn English. They probably already know English. I'm not sure if Messi knows English. Probably not. He probably doesn't give a fuck. I mean, Miami, there's a lot of Spanish speakers over there. But nah, he didn't make a mistake. But yes, if Messi was still in Europe today, he would by far be the best player. If he was still in Europe, he would have won every Ballon d'Or. And even if he wouldn't have won every Ballon d'Or, he would have deserved every Ballon d'Or, man. Because, he is just still fucking ludicrous, man. And then he went on to say, I'm scratching my eye. He went on to say, the player is still as if he is 20 years old. That's true, man. Nothing has changed. The touch and manipulation of defenders are still there. That's true, man. His touch is still there. His touch is always going to be there. The only thing that's going to happen in the future is his physical abilities are going to decline. His speed, his strength, his speed, strength, cardio, all of that is going to decline. But his touch, his abilities, his skill sets with the ball is never going to decline. That's never, ever going to decline. Manipulation of defenders are still there. Time seems to have stopped. So I want to talk about him and shed light on what he is doing in that league and America. And the American League is lucky to have that player, and because he added a special magic to American football. Congratulations to them for Messi, and congratulations to us as well, because we came in Messi's time. Messi is just... I'm so happy that while growing up, Messi was doing his career, man. I'm so fucking happy, man. Thank you, God. That was like a perfect fucking scenario for me, man. Thank you, Jesus, man. But yeah, everything you said, man, I agree 100%. Okay, next topic is Carlos Salvador Bilardo said he is a legend of Argentine soccer and World Cup winning coach in 1978. And he, in 1975, said that Morocco would be the future of soccer. I said it back in 75. When we went to play the Mohammed Cup in Morocco. Here lies the future of soccer. It's not in Europe, not in South America, not in Asia. Why? Not for skill or athleticism, but because people still play here. In Buenos Aires, people don't play football anymore. In the countryside, they still do. In Europe, take Italy, for example. In Rome, Milan, Florence, nobody plays. In Germany, Munich, Cologne, no space. In Africa, people play everywhere. And they have very strong countries like Cameroon, Nigeria, South Africa, Morocco, Tunisia. They play, they're good because they have technique. He knew something back then. Morocco World Cup 2022 semifinalists. Morocco won the bronze medal at the Paris 2024 Olympics. And Morocco U20 won the World Cup in 2025 champions. In Chile. I disagree. Why? If you simply look at all the youngsters right now who are the best players on planet Earth, they're all either from Europe or from South America. All of them. Lamine Yamal from Spain, Dembele from France, Cole Palmer from England, Vinny from Brazil, Mbappe from France, Bellingham from England. You name them, they're all from Europe or from South America. And it's always going to be like that, always. Now, of course, you can say, yes, but Lamine Yamal's dad is Moroccan and his mom is Black African. Yes, but Lamine Yamal, he's Spanish with African origins. Just like myself, I'm Canadian with Serbian origins. He's Spanish. He's born in Spain and he's raised in Spain. So he grew up playing soccer in an European country that is Spain. So he grew up developing his skills on European soil. Just like Mbappe, he's born in France, grew up in France, two African parents, just like Dembele. Bellingham is half. His dad is white English and his mom is black, Jamaican, African maybe, I'm not sure, but she's black. But still, Bellingham is born in England and he grew up in England, just like all the other players. Vinny is Brazilian, born in Brazil to Brazilian parents, and just like Neymar or like Messi, whatever. But I disagree 100% with what he said. Of course, like what I mean, there's always going to be good players coming out of Africa, like Mohamed Salah, Yaya Toure, all these other players. But the best players and the majority of the best players are always going to be from Europe and from South America. Why? Because culture. Football culture is bigger in Europe and in South America than in Africa or North America or Asia or wherever. In Europe and in South America, football culture is the biggest culture on planet Earth. So that's why I disagree with what he said. Okay, so let's do the Mount Rushmore of football players, of footballers. Of course, Messi, Maradona, Ronaldinho, and Johan Cruyff. Are those my four? Yeah, you know what? I'll put those four. Why? Ronaldo Fenomeno is better than Johan Cruyff. Yes. Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Johan Cruyff. Yes. Although Johan Cruyff is really, really close with Cristiano Ronaldo. But the reason why, Messi, Maradona, and Ronaldinho, I don't have to explain why they're the three greatest players of all time. They're on that Mount Rushmore. But the reason why Johan Cruyff is on the Mount Rushmore with those three players is, number one, he's one of the greatest players of all time. As a player, he's top 10 of all time easily. And he invented so fucking much. He invented the modern way of playing football. He has the biggest philosophy, which is tiki-taka, and the philosophy of having a footballer first and then having an athlete. And everything that we know that Pep Guardiola invented, he actually just took everything from Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff is the biggest mastermind in football. He's one of the greatest managers to ever exist. And he's one of the greatest players to ever exist. So that's why I'm putting Johan Cruyff. And he's probably the player who revolutionized football the most. Johan Cruyff, with his IQ. He's a fucking genius. So that's why in my Mount Rushmore, I have Maradona, Messi, Ronaldinho, and Johan Cruyff. Of course, you could put Ronaldo Fenomeno. You could put Pelé. You could put Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. You could put whatever. But if we're simply talking about footballing abilities on the pitch, I'm putting Messi, Maradona, Ronaldinho, and Pelé. And if I'm not putting Pelé, I'm putting Ronaldo Fenomeno. So those, you can also put Cristiano Ronaldo, yes, but Messi, Maradona, Ronaldinho, they're not moving. They're always going to be there, in my opinion. That's a fucking fact, man. Okay, so next topic. Mount Rushmore of football coaches. I like this one. So, of course, there's Pep Guardiola. He's probably the most accomplished manager of all time. He probably is the most accomplished manager of all time. Pep Guardiola. So I'm putting Pep Guardiola. I'm putting Zinedine Zidane. Fuck it, yo, bro. Winning 3 Champions League in 3 years. I don't care. You're there. I'm putting Sir Alex Ferguson. One of the greatest managers of all time also. So I have Zinedine Zidane, Pep Guardiola, Sir Alex Ferguson. And my fourth one, I'm going to put Carlo Ancelotti, Jose Mourinho. Who else can I put fourth? Jose Mourinho. Why? Yeah, he's one of the most accomplished managers of all time, but his swag, his style, his personality, his confidence, fuck it. That's why I'll put Jose Mourinho up there with them. You could put Carlo Ancelotti. You could put many other managers who won so much. But me, just because of personal preference and because of swag, I'm going to put Jose Mourinho. Okay, so now let's do some more wild takes made from people. So this was one of the, this is not a specific person who said this, but many people used to say this. And the quote goes, Messi wouldn't survive a rainy night in Stoke. You know how people used to say that Messi couldn't do it in the Premier League. Messi didn't have the physical abilities to play in the Premier League. That's fucking crazy. Messi, whenever he played against teams in the EPL, in the Premier League, in the Champions League, he fucking destroyed them. Arsenal, he destroyed them. Spurs, he destroyed them. Man City, he destroyed them. Liverpool, he destroyed them. All those teams, when they were in their primes, when they faced Barcelona in the Champions League, while Messi was playing for Barcelona, Messi destroyed them. He literally destroyed the living shit out of them. I don't fucking understand how some people can say that Messi couldn't do it in the Premier League. Messi would have been as good as he was in the La Liga and the EPL. That's just one of the craziest takes I ever fucking heard. It's fucking ludicrous. I don't know where people get that fucking energy or that audacity to say those things, but Messi would easily survive in the EPL, and he could easily, very easily survive a rainy night in Stoke, a cold Tuesday night in Stoke. Next one, Cristiano Ronaldo made every team he joined worse tactically. That's cap. Whenever Ronaldo joins a team, he always augments that team, always. Maybe at the end at Real Madrid, he was old, so he didn't really have his place anymore at Real Madrid. But hey, maybe they should have kept him, because when Ronaldo left, Real Madrid were going down a slump. They weren't the same Real Madrid. And Ronaldo, like it or not, he's one of the greatest fucking players of all time. So I disagree with this take. As much as I love to hate on Ronaldo. Of course, I do it a little bit for clickbait and for rage bait, but he's one of the greatest players of all time. And every team that Ronaldo joins, he only makes that team better. Now, at Al Nassr, I don't know, but Al Nassr is in a shitty league, so I'm pretty sure they benefit a lot from having Ronaldo than not having him. But I never really watched any game from Ronaldo Al Nassr. I'm never going to do it because the Saudi Arabian league is fucking dog shit. Next one. Neymar wasted his career chasing fame instead of greatness. 50-50. Like, he didn't really waste his career. He never fulfilled his full potential. He could have accomplished way fucking more than what he actually did. Neymar Jr. He could have had 3 Ballon d'Ors right now, 2 World Cups, and 3 Champions League. That's what Neymar could have right now. And he has only 1 Champions League. He has 0 Ballon d'Ors. He's probably going to end his career with 0 Ballon d'Ors and 0 World Cups. But he could have had 3-4 Ballon d'Ors easily, 2-3 World Cups easily, considering he fucking plays with Brazil. 3-4 Champions League easily. He could have accomplished way more. Yes, he chased fame way more than Ronaldo or Messi, even though Ronaldo did chase fame a little bit. But Ronaldo was always a footballer first, always. That's why I really love and respect Ronaldo. He was always a footballer first, and then a celebrity second. Neymar, sometimes he mixed those both. Sometimes he was a footballer first, and sometimes he was a celebrity first. That's something I never really loved or respected from Neymar. But saying that he wasted his career is a bit too much. He did still have a really accomplished career. He's always going to be one of the greatest footballers of all time. But he could have accomplished way more, man. Next one is, someone said Erling Haaland is just a tap-in merchant. I disagree. If someone would have said Erling Haaland is just a goal-scoring machine, I would have agreed. Because he only fucking scores goals. But he scores a lot of fucking goals. And like it or not, that's his job. He's a number 9. And a type of number 9 that he is, he's a target man number 9. So for someone who is a target man number 9, your only goal on the pitch is to score goals. That's who Erling Haaland is. And like it or not, he does it really fucking well. So if he would have said, because Haaland isn't only a tap-in merchant, he can score amazing goals, which aren't only tap-ins. He can score he's a really amazing goal scorer. He's a well-rounded, complete goal scorer with the head, feet, whatever. He's a well-rounded goal scorer. So that's why I disagree with him saying that he's a tap-in merchant. He's a goal-scoring machine. That's where I would have agreed. Erling Haaland is a goal-scoring machine. And when I say machine, I mean a fucking Class A, Triple A goal-scoring machine, because he scores so many fucking goals, man. And like I said, you cannot blame him, because that's his fucking job, is to score a lot of fucking goals. Next take is, someone said Mbappe is overrated and disappears in big Champions League matches. I disagree. Mbappe isn't overrated. He's properly rated. He's not underrated nor overrated. He's properly rated. I feel like once he was a bit overrated when he won the Champions League. People talking about, he's going to be greater than Messi. He's going to end up being the greatest player of all time. I'm like, broski, let's all chill the fuck out. Circumstances made him win the World Cup in 2018. And him being 19 years old, circumstances happened. Everything happened in the perfect storm. But to say that he's going to be the greatest player of all time is fucking crazy, man. That's why I feel like before he was a bit overrated. I understand, like, he was 19 and he won the World Cup. I see how casuals could overrate him. But now he's properly rated and he doesn't disappear in big Champions League games. So I disagree with this take. Next take is, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was never world class in the Champions League. I disagree. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was one of the greatest strikers of all time. He's easily top 25 strikers of all time. Top 10, maybe not. Maybe top 10 is a bit too much, but he's easily top 20, top 25 of all time. And he's not overrated. I feel like Zlatan was properly rated. I feel like everyone who watched football, who watched soccer, who actually followed the beautiful sport of football, knows that Zlatan was properly rated and that he's easily top 25 of all time for strikers. Next take, someone said Paul Pogba was one of the most overhyped players of his generation. I disagree. He wasn't overhyped. He was properly hyped. He didn't live up to his potential, just like Neymar. He was one of the most gifted midfielders of all time. Maybe not top 10 gifted. He's probably like top 30 when it comes to gifted midfielders. He's not top 30 of all time midfielders. I mean, yeah, Toure is better than him, but I feel like Paul Pogba was a bit more gifted than Yaya. Maybe not. Maybe because he was a bit more flashy. Maybe he wasn't more. I mean, yeah, Toure was extremely gifted as a midfielder. He was more simple and whatever. But he wasn't overhyped. Paul Pogba had his time. He was properly hyped, in my opinion. He was... but what I will say is that he didn't accomplish his full potential. He could have accomplished way more and had a way better career than what he had. Still, he had an amazing career, really beautiful career, and he's still playing right now. He plays for Monaco currently. He came back from being suspended. He could have had a better career. Like, let's not lie. He was a bit overhyped, but properly rated. Not overhyped. I would say properly hyped. Like, I understood the Pogba hype when he was in his prime in his final years at Juventus and his first years at Man United. I understand the hype. It was fucking crazy. He wasn't overhyped. Next take, someone said, Sergio Ramos was dirty, not world-class. Yo, this is a polarizing claim because it's fucking ludicrous and it's fucking crazy to say. It's not true. I disagree 1,000,000%. He was dirty. Sergio Ramos is the most carded player in football history. Yellow cards and red cards. He's the most carded player of all time. But he's also probably top 3 center backs of all time, Sergio Ramos. He's one of the greatest center backs of all time, if not the greatest center back of all time. So I disagree 1,000,000% with his take. I mean, Sergio Ramos, he was really dirty. And I understand people fucking hating him, but he's top 3 center backs of all time, easily. Next take, someone said Eden Hazard at his best was better than Neymar. This is crazy. I know this is a recurring fan base war. There's always been many talks about who was better at his prime, Hazard or Neymar. Although, in my opinion, both were really fucking close. Neymar is better than Hazard. Hazard's potential and Hazard's skill sets on the pitch were fucking ludicrous. Like, let's not underrate Hazard. Let's not underrate him and let's just say it how it is. Hazard is one of the most gifted players of all time. That's a fact. But he's not better than Neymar, even in his prime or even now. And he wasn't more gifted than Neymar Jr. do Brasil. He isn't. Neymar Jr. is better than Eden Hazard. As much as I love Eden Hazard, I still love Neymar more than Hazard. Neymar is more gifted, and he was more gifted. And Neymar in his prime is better than Eden Hazard in his prime. Don't get it twisted, though. Eden Hazard in his prime is fucking crazy, man. That's fucking ludicrous, man. He's on another planet, on another level, man. Next quote, next take. Someone said, Harry Kane is a stat patter who disappears in finals. I mean, he is a stat patter. He likes having a lot of stats. He's a goal-scoring machine, Harry Kane. He's proving it right now with Bayern Munich. Before, when he was at Tottenham, like, yes, he's not going to end up top 25 greatest strikers of all time. I'm not saying that. Like, he's not one of the greatest strikers of all time. I'm never going to say that, and I'm not saying that currently right now. But he is an amazing striker. He's one of the greatest strikers from his generation. That's a fact. He is one of the greatest strikers from his generation. And he does score a lot of fucking goals. He can still drop back, play the long ball. He's still very technical with the ball, but he is a little bit of a stat patter. His main job is scoring goals, which he's fucking phenomenal at. He scores a lot of goals. Like I said, with Erling Haaland, his job is to score goals. He's a number 9. He's not a creative winger, and he's not an attacking midfielder. His job is to score goals. That's his fucking job. Is he number 9? What's the name again that I used? A target man. He's a target man number 9. That's who Harry Kane is. There's nothing wrong there. Every team needs a target man number 9 to succeed. That's his job. But his job is to score goals. So that's why I'm like 50-50 on this take. Next one, someone said Barcelona's tiki-taka era killed attacking creativity. I disagree 100%. Why? Barcelona, when they played tiki-taka in 2011, 2009, under Pep Guardiola, they were also the most creative team of all time. Of all fucking time. Even though they played tiki-taka, when it came to creativity in the middle of the field, in the middle of the pitch with their midfielders, or up front with their attackers, they had the craziest creativity of all fucking time. No team that ever existed, that ever played, had more creativity than Pep Guardiola's 2011 or 2009 Barcelona. No team. And then, of course, 2015 Barcelona, they didn't play tiki-taka. But when you have those type of players who are very technical, very good with the ball, they're always going to play some level of tiki-taka, like it or not. But even 2015 Barca had the greatest creativity of all time. And I mean, Jesus Christ, when you have fucking Neymar, Messi, and Suarez up front with Iniesta, Rakitic, and Busquets in the middle of the field in 2015, they're going to be crazy in creativity. And then in 2011, when you have fucking Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and Messi creating the crazy diamond, those four players are so fucking technical. They're so fucking creative. How can you say that tiki-taka killed creativity? Teams that play tiki-taka and which they don't have a Neymar, a Messi, or a Iniesta, or a Xavi, or a Busquets, of course, they're not going to have creativity. It's not because they're playing tiki-taka that they don't have creativity. The reason they don't have creativity is because their players simply lack creativity, lack technique. They don't have the same technique or the same creativity that fucking Iniesta, one of the greatest midfielders, one of the most technical midfielders, and one of the most creative midfielders of all time. Xavi, same as Iniesta, one of the greatest midfielders of all time, one of the most technical midfielders of all time, one of the most creative midfielders of all time, just like Busquets, and of course, fucking Lionel Messi playing a false nine role, which is like between attacking midfielder and striker, center forward. The most creative player of all time, the greatest player of all time. Even though they play tiki-taka, they're going to have the craziest creativity on the pitch. So that's why only they should play tiki-taka if they want to keep creativity. Of course, I agree. But if a team plays tiki-taka, if they don't have creativity, it's not because they play tiki-taka. It's because those players, no matter what style they would play, they still wouldn't have creativity. Why? Because the players simply don't have those technical abilities and that creativity spirit inside of them, just as much as those players had. That's why I disagree with this take. Next take is Real Madrid's Champions League wins were all luck and referee bias. Yeah, as much as I hate Real Madrid, as much as I hate their Champions League wins, because like it or not, if they had VAR when they won those 3 Champions League, they would have won only 1. So that's why I agree like 50-50. Like it or not, those teams, the 3P team of the Real Madrid, that team is one of the greatest 11 of all time. It's one of the greatest teams of all time. Like after Barca 2009, 11, and 15, the 16-17 Real Madrid team is probably the greatest team of all time after those 3 Barca teams. But like they still probably would have won those Champions League because that team was fucking stacked with players, man. They were so fucking good. But referee bias helped them a fucking lot. The lack of VAR helped them a lot. They had a lot of penalties that they shouldn't have had. They scored a lot of offside goals. At that time, there was no VAR. And there was a lot of referee bias because that's fucking Real Madrid. So that's why I agree with this take. Real Madrid fans, don't come after me. Don't fucking cut my head off. It's a fact. You guys had a lot of referee bias. And if VAR existed at that time, maybe you guys wouldn't have won, but still you guys had an amazing team. That's why I'm like 50-50. You guys did have really fucking amazing teams. Maybe you still would have won those games, but it would have been a way harder path for you guys winning those Champions League. Next one, Manchester United haven't been truly elite since Sir Alex Ferguson left and never will be again. I'm like 80-20. Why? It's true. Ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left in 2012, 2013, they've never been a truly elite team. There wasn't a single season since Sir Alex Ferguson left where they've been elite. That's a fucking fact. But to say that they'll never be elite again, I disagree. Man United remains Man United. It remains Man United. One day, hopefully, God willing, soon enough, they'll be elite again. I don't see it happening in the near future, meaning I don't see it happening inside of 5 years, but I do see it happening inside of 10 years. That's a fact. But that's why I'm like 80-20 on this take, because like it or not, ever since he left, they're not the same team. But to say that they'll never be elite again, that's a bit of a stretch. Next take, someone said, Arsenal fans overrate every player that strings 3 good games together. Before they used to do it, when they had their invincible team, their invincible seasons, that's not true. But from that season until now, it's true that they do that. They do overhype their players a little bit. But now they do have an amazing team. They have big chance of winning the league. And their players aren't overhyped. They're actually really, really good fucking players. But yes, for the past like 10, 15 years, it's true that they used to do it. Next take, someone said Liverpool's 2019-2020 title was a COVID fluke. I disagree. Yes, COVID happened, but it happened for every single team. It's not like COVID only happened for every other team except Liverpool. It also happened for Liverpool, so it's fair. Everyone was playing under fair circumstances. So, of course, when they won that title, it was a legit title. They won it fair and square. They were all under the same circumstance, and hey, you're just a hater. They won it fair and square. Next take. Chelsea bought all their success. Nothing historic about it. I disagree. Chelsea are top 3 most historical teams in the EPL, in the English Premier League. They're top 3. I mean, if you have Man United at first, Liverpool at second, you have Chelsea at third, and then like Man City at fourth. Chelsea are a historical team, and they didn't just buy their success, they earned their success. Next take. Tottenham are a big club only in their own heads. That's true, man. They have no fucking accomplishments. They won the bare minimum of trophies. They finished 17th last season, or was it 15th last season? They're only a big club in their own heads. And the only reason why they think that they're a big club is because they're London-based. That's the only reason why. And like it or not, they can compete with Arsenal and Chelsea a bit more than, let's say, like West Ham or any other London-based team. PSG will never win the Champions League because the club has no soul. They just won it recently. But it's true that the club, when they say that the club has no soul, I agree. They have no culture. They have no history. And I agree. I mean, they have no culture. When you think about PSG, you only think about PSG now, which they have a lot of fucking Saudi oil money. And that's how they buy their fucking players. But they have no culture and they have no history. They have no big fan base. That's a fact. Next take, someone said Juventus' dominance in Italy was due more to corruption than talent. This was a link to the Calciopoli scars. I disagree because Juventus have a lot of accomplishment and a lot of success in Serie A and in Italy. But AC Milan have more. So if AC Milan has that much, Juventus can also have that much. They're a really historical club. They're from Turin. They have a lot of money. They're a really historical club. They had amazing players playing there, just as much as AC Milan or Inter Milan. Those 3 teams, maybe you can add Napoli because of what Maradona did, but mostly those 3 teams are the 3 biggest teams that come out of Italy. And it's not because of corruption. It's mostly because they have a really good team, they have money, they have a really big culture and really big history on that team. Next quote, someone said, Manchester City ruined football with money. This is because of oil money, right? Man City comes from oil money. PSG come from oil money. Newcastle now come from oil money. And people hate it. Why? Because people from Saudi Arabia, they have so much fucking money. And they just buy these teams and they just fucking throw money in those teams. And then they buy all the best players and then they create fucking super teams. I agree. But still, Barca doesn't have oil money and they're still one of the greatest, if not the greatest club of all time. Real Madrid doesn't have oil money. They're the greatest club of all time. So it's not all about money. It's mostly all about culture, identity, and academy. Barca, all of their players come from academy. All of their greatest players. Messi, academy. Xavi, academy. Iniesta, academy. Lamine Yamal, academy. Pedri, academy. All their best players come from academy. Mostly. Of course, they bought Neymar. They buy players here and there. But it's mostly from academy. But I understand why people hate oil money. But hey, it is what it is. If an owner has more money, of course, he's going to offer more money to his players. It is what it is. It's always been like that, and it's always going to be like that. Okay, so bro, this next one, this fucking hurts my soul hearing this. Maradona wouldn't survive in today's game. He's too slow and too unfit. If Maradona would be playing in today's game, he would be the greatest player of all time, just as much as he is right now. Why? Because if he was playing in this game, he would naturally be faster because the game is faster. So he would have grew up in this era. But even though, I mean, if you take the 80s era and now, there's not that much difference. Like, there is a difference. They run faster, they're a bit healthier, they take care more of their body, but there's not that much of a fucking difference. You gotta compare every player in his era. But if you were to take Maradona in his era and just take Maradona as a whole and put him in this era right now, he would still be the greatest player of all time next to Messi and Ronaldinho. This is a fucking crazy take. Whoever said this knows nothing about football, and he fucking stretched that out because that's just a wild fucking take, man. Next one. Pelé's stats are inflated because half his goals were in friendlies. I understand that some of his goals were scored in friendly games and they don't count. Like, they don't consider them as counting. Half his goals, that's a bit of a stretch. Some of his goals, yes. Like it or not, I'm not gonna bash Pelé. Pelé isn't overrated. I don't know how people can say that he's overrated. Pelé is by far one of the greatest players of all time. He's easily top 5. He's behind Maradona, Messi, and Ronaldinho, in my opinion. He's behind them, but he's easily top 5 of all time. He's not overrated. He's properly rated, and the amount of goals he scored is still a crazy accomplishment. I know Ronaldo wants to bash him. Oh, I'm not scoring my goals in friendlies. Well, when we're counting his 1,000 goals that Ronaldo is going to score soon, there's friendly games in those goals. That's how it's done. Friendly games do count in your goals stats. That's how it is. Pelé isn't overrated. He's properly rated. And his goal accomplishment, his goal tally is legit and is a big fucking accomplishment, man. Don't try to fucking bring it down. Next one. Iniesta and Xavi were system players made by Messi. Who the fuck? Yo, Iniesta and Xavi are probably the 2 greatest midfielders of all time. How the fuck can you say that they're system players made for Messi? They're so creative on their own position. They are their own entity. Iniesta and Xavi, yes, they played next to Messi, and I mean, they were quote unquote under Messi's shadow, which every player who ever played next to Messi was under Messi's shadow, which is fucking normal. But Iniesta and the Xavi, they are their own entity. They are their own players. Like I said, probably the 2 greatest midfielders of all time. I always said it's Zidane, Xavi, and Iniesta. Those 3 midfielders are the 3 greatest midfielders of all time, if we don't consider Messi, Maradona, and all these other players as attacking midfielders. Next one. Ronaldinho was more influential than Messi or Ronaldinho at their peaks. More than Cristiano Ronaldo, yes. I mean, that's not even comparable. He's 1,000 times more influential on the pitch in his peak than Cristiano Ronaldo in his peak. But Ronaldo's longevity and his career is more accomplished than Ronaldinho. But when it comes to influence on the pitch in their peaks, Ronaldinho is a million miles above CR7. But he's not above Leo Messi. He's right next to Leo Messi, man. Ronaldinho, yes, like I said, he's the most complete player of all time. His influence on the pitch couldn't be bigger, couldn't be greater, couldn't be fucking more sexy. But he's right next to Leo Messi, man. Don't say it's better than Leo Messi. Next one. Messi's 2022 World Cup was rigged for the script. Yo, how the fuck can you believe that the biggest tournament in the world, from all sports, from all tournaments, the World Cup, can be rigged? It cannot be rigged. It's too big to be rigged. It cannot be rigged. And like I said so many fucking times, if it was rigged, why the fuck did they give 2 penalties to France in the finals against Argentina? If it was rigged, they wouldn't have gave France 2 penalties in the finals, the most important game of the World Cup, They wouldn't have given France and Mbappe 2 penalties against Argentina if it was rigged. If there's something as easy to rig, it's giving penalties. It's easy to say it's not a penalty. Penalties and offsides are the easiest things to rig. It's easier to rig an offside or a penalty than it is to rig a red card or a yellow card or whatever else. That's like the easiest thing to rig is giving a penalty or not giving a penalty, or giving a yellow card or not giving a yellow card or a red card. Is the easiest things to rig. And they gave 2 penalties to Mbappe and France against Argentina in the most important game of the tournament, the finals. So if it was rigged, to everyone who believes that it was rigged, please explain to me why they gave 2 penalties to France and Mbappe. Next one. Cristiano Ronaldo's 2016 Euros was pure luck. Portugal were terrible. There was a lot of luck. They finished 3rd in their group stage. They didn't win a single fucking game in their group stage. They didn't win a single game in the knockout stage in the 90 minutes. And then in the finals, they scored a fucking crazy-ass, lucky-ass goal. And then they just fucking defended the entire game and they won the Euros. They won it fair and square. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying they didn't. They won it fair and square. But there was a lot of fucking luck. And at the end of the day, who cares? It's a Euros. Nobody really gives a fuck. Kante is overrated because he runs a lot, not because he's technical. Kante is properly rated. I don't feel like people overrate him. I feel like he's properly rated. He was an amazing defensive midfielder. He does run a lot, but he was always really, really fucking technical. He was also really, really fucking technical, N'Golo Kante. Next one. Someone said, Luka Modric is the most overrated Ballon d'Or winner ever. This is crazy. I disagree 1,000,000%. Why? Luka Modric deserved the 2018 Ballon d'Or. Won the Champions League with Real Madrid. Was their best player. He was the best player at Real Madrid in 2018. Brought Croatia to the World Cup final in 2018. Was by far the greatest player in the World Cup in 2018. You add all of that together, that smells, that sounds, that tastes winning the Ballon d'Or. So he fucking deserves winning the Ballon d'Or in 2018. Virgil van Dijk was elite for 2 seasons, then became average. He was elite for 2 seasons, but he didn't become average. He's still really, really fucking good. One of the greatest center backs to ever play the game. Right now, currently, one of the greatest center backs in the world. But it's true that there were 2 or 3 seasons where he was really fucking elite and where he was like world class and the greatest center back on planet Earth. But after that, he didn't become average. That's crazy. He's still one of the greatest center backs on planet Earth. And like I said, one of the greatest center backs to ever play the game. Let's do the last one and we'll end it right here. Goalkeepers like Neuer and Ederson destroyed real defending with their sweeper-keeper obsession. I disagree. They didn't. They just augmented the goalkeeper status. They didn't fuck up real defending. They didn't affect defending zero. They even helped defenders because now defenders can play more easily with their goalkeepers, way more easily because they can pass the ball back to their goalkeepers, and the goalkeepers are good with their feet, and the goalkeepers are more on the pitch, they're more up front. So they helped the defensive role goalkeepers. So not only do I disagree, but I feel like it's the opposite to what he said. It's the opposite. He helped defenders, the modern defenders, with their sweeper keeper obsession. That's why I disagree, and I believe the opposite. They helped their defenders. So guys, that was it for this episode. See you next episode. Peace out.